Coming to you, Professor Mugambi, when you look at the series of developments politically since 1992 after the first multi-party elections, we have had an upsurge in the number of political players and parties equally within the establishment. However, what they have fallen short of is service delivery. And perhaps as we anticipate this to end the uncertain political times after every electoral cycle, and Odinga and Kenyatta now, in this particular case, sculpturing themselves or well chiseling themselves as the statesmen and not the weak reactionaries, seeing a better Kenya in the near future. What is the assurance and the guarantee that there will be no uncertain political time in 2022? Put the IEBC, for instance, in shape, because it has a classic refereeing dilemma in terms of being the ample umpire.
Thank you, Ayub. First of all, I want to appreciate the fact that Kenyans must know that this is a new reawakening for the country. You see, Ayub, there is no time in this country where the leader or the president of the country has come together with the leader of the opposition in such a manner as to think of the future of the country. What we have had before is a coming together which is focused on politics, on fighting for political seats, on converging of political interests. But as you can see, if the BBI proceeds this way and includes all views of Kenyans, and the document, because all we've been talking about is implementation,
yes,
and the document is implemented. Honorable Farah has just talked about the 2010 Constitution and the fact that the implementation and the spirit was not right.
Okay.
If this spirit, which is now what my friend, the caller, has called a bandwagon effect, comes into BBI,
okay,
and the document which comes out and it is approved, and we move forward with this spirit which we have, I can assure you this is going to be a rebirth for this nation. Number two, agreement or unity does not mean necessarily 100%. Okay?
You're right.
Agreement on all matters. But what remains is that Kenya is our country, and all of us must think about how to improve and how to make better, a better Kenya. The Deputy President just said that you can actually disagree. But I think he fell short of saying that even when you disagree, you all think about the country. Where do you take 47 million Kenyans? Because you are leaders in your own right in that sense. So I think this is a good document.
Okay.
I think this is a document which will make Kenyans have a fresh start. A fresh start, as I've said, does not necessarily mean that all of us will be on the same page, but we will be having a conceptual agreement that this is the base we will have to start with, and going forward, how do we then have discourses around development, about marginalization, about inclusivity, about the youth, about unemployment, about all that. So we have to start somewhere, because BBI will give you as a document, and if it is passed, for example, it does not mean at that time in 2022 or whatever it will be, that is now the end of all the problems we have in this country. But they have to be a base. But this base is what we are saying is what BBI is likely to give us, so that we can now forge together as a country with all the divergent opinions and lay them on the table and say, now, this is how we want to move land injustices, inclusivity, the youth, taxation, the economy. How do we move this all together?
Okay.
Yes.